And I feel like,
news.
I feel like, because I think there's still some states that are not fully complete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a chance, Biden actually might be winning more states. You know what I mean? Pennsylvania was big. Arizona, I think it was big. Nevada's not done yet still. I think he'll probably get that too.
I agree.
Glad he's the president, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, so you need 270 to win. So 284 to 214. That's 70 electoral votes. It's a big difference.
Big.
Yeah.
The first day, it seemed like, Trump had a good start too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he reached like 214 and then it just like paused.
Stopped.
Yeah, and then Biden just kept rising.
Yeah.
So
what's funny, 20 minutes ago, LeBron James put this picture on Instagram. It's his picture of him in the Game 7 of NBA Finals back in 2017 when he blocked Andre Iguodala, which is one of the most historic blocks in NBA history.
Really?
And his head is Joe Biden's and Iguodala's head is Donald Trump. So funny.
Oh, man.
And he says, funny thing is that you and Biden are about the same age. Laughing emoji. Proud of all the work you did and will continue to do, brother.
You got a slam dunk.
Exactly. So it's basically congratulating Joe Biden on winning the president.
Who would have won, this? The last time Trump won, 2016, nobody called it. You know what I mean? I feel like nobody really took Trump that serious and nobody was expecting him to win. You know what I mean? And, he was going against Hillary. It was the first female to become the president. So a lot of people just automatically thought, oh, Hillary will win. She's a lady. She's going against Trump. They didn't really think Trump will win, but...
Well, two things. Both of us were in California then, so we were mostly hearing about Californian people's opinion on the subject matter. If we were in the South, probably things would have been different. The opinions would have been different.
Oh.
And, the news came out, the Russians basically hacked the elections through Facebook.
Yeah.
So we don't really know. Maybe this election was hacked too, so I guess we'll find out later.
You never know, man. You're right. You never know, man, because, we'll get to that later. I think we're going to be talking about some really important things today. And I feel like we'll come back to this, why Trump won or what helped him.
So how do you think Trump's going to react to the results? Because he's already come out and says, hey, the elections are rigged. The votes are not counted. And I think he said that he's not going to leave the White House. He's going to refuse.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And it's, I think somebody said something along the lines of, put your big boy pants on and just, accept the loss. It was fair, and you can't be a sore loser. You know what I mean? You lost the election, fam. Just pack your bags. Yeah. So we'll see, but I don't think he will leave like quietly. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be some noise.
I think so. Trump's personality is like that. You know what I mean? He wants to go to the extreme.
Yeah, we talked about it. He's a showman. So he's even though he's done, he's going to put on one last show.
Yeah.
It's like the last dance.
I think so. I think so too, man.
This is the last dance. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking to Safi's brother, and he said that they said that they might have to escort him out the White House.
Yeah, they have to. If he's not, he lost, you know what I mean? Your job is done, just like any other job. If you don't leave, they're going to kick you out. I feel like he's too smart for that, though. I don't think it's going to get to a point where he has to get forced out, to be honest, because he's built this image of himself, you know what I mean? But then again, he's a crazy guy, man. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know what comes from him. That's why he's so interesting.
Unpredictable.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think? You think he's going to leave?
Well, it's going to, like I said, he's going to put on a show for sure. And he's going to make it hard it's not going to be as smooth as other, re-elections. And one more thing is that when you think about it, I don't hate on Trump at all. I think he's a very successful businessman. And I know, unlike other people that hate him, I just don't like him, but I don't hate him either. But when you see it, when you think about it, he's one of the few presidents in the United States history that has run for re-election and has failed. And now he has to be forced out of the office.
Yeah.
So most presidents that had a 4-year that only ran for one time were either assassinated or they had to resign,
Oh.
But he tried to become...
No way.
He tried to run for office again, and he failed. So
I didn't know that. Wow, that's a fun fact.
yeah,
Wow.
usually most presidents, they go for 8 years.
You're right. I mean, if you're a good president or, good or whatever,
You don't suck.
Yeah, I mean, if you do a decent job, you'll get reelected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you do a decent job. I honestly think if the pandemic wouldn't have happened, this coronavirus wouldn't, if it never really came, I really do think Trump would have won again.
Really?
Yeah, because the economy was doing really well.
Yeah.
And everything was on the rise. You know what I mean?
That's one of the great things he did was, the U.S. economy was, doing pretty good on that.
It was in his time. It was amazing. You know what I mean? And if that would have continued like that, I think he would have got reelected because everything was so good. You know what I mean?
So just a crazy thought that popped into my mind. Do you think COVID happened just to get Trump out of the office? It's a crazy thought, but just think about it.
Bro, you never know.
The Chinese are said to be that they released the virus. They're responsible for it, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
We still don't know for sure, but that's where it started. Right?
Yeah.
So USA and China are both they're the two biggest countries as far as economy goes, right?
Yeah.
So if you're trying to take over and sabotage the other side, a virus, and I've talked to a lot of Republicans, and what they fear is that Biden's going to come here and he's bought out by China and he's going to bring some form of communism back to his country. So from that perspective, it kind of makes sense. It could be conspiracy theories, but we don't know.
Yeah, it could be anything, man. Like you said, it's at a point when, honestly, if you think about it, these countries are like playing games. These corporations, these big, humongous corporations,
and we're just being played by it.
I feel like we're being played by it. So that's why I don't really trust the news anymore, man. It's almost obvious. I feel like if you literally go out of your way a little bit, I think I feel like you see it that these countries are just playing their citizens. Obviously, there's some countries, you know what I mean, that they really do take care of their people, but
mostly it's about mass control.
Yeah. They want to control you. I don't want to get too big on that. They want to control you.
I don't want to be a conspiracy theory channel here, guys, but still, it's good to think about those stuff.
Just thoughts.
Yeah.